Welcome back to the Gold League for World of Tanks. Game Over takes out Cazadores 3-1, and Jennifer Lawrence has won for Best Supporting Actress in American Hustle a Golden Globe. Congratulations to her. And we're going to continue on with our series of Simp versus Pub Stars as soon as the face-off is ready. As a reminder, once that coin is flipped, please put in your bets. I'll remind you guys once the face-off is over. Simp, a team that's undefeated. Pub Stars, a team that's
1-3.
They're all right.
Yeah,
they're all right.
they talked about
This
consistency.
is going to be tough. They're going to be a tough match for them.
Yeah, they talked about consistency. The last time we interviewed them, I'm going to have to ask them again how they feel. Last match was okay. It's pretty good. I wonder how they feel, though, against Simp. I mean, Simp is the top team. They've actually been less and less reactive. I feel like they're being a little bit more progressive in each match, a little bit faster. Felt like the average match time was a little bit lower the last time they fought. This shows a lot of evolution for them. We're going to have to see who shows up to, if it's going to be Endo or Mac, to tell us about that.
That's right. It's time for the face-off. Gentlemen, good evening.
Hey.
Who is it? Oh, gosh. It is Endo. Oh.
Oh, man. It's Yankee when he's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's right. We're going for a new look tonight.
Right on. It looks good.
Up.
Looks good, looks good.
All right, Endo. You guys are 4-0, feeling pretty good, and I'm feeling like you're more aggressive now. I feel like Simp is playing a faster game than they have in the past. What can you tell me anything about that?
Well, we've really been practicing a lot and trying to step up our game, but I mean, our first 2 seasons we played pretty slow, but this season I feel like we're more improved, I guess, and we're really playing more aggressive, which I have noticed. It's been more fast-paced for sure. Like on Mines yesterday, or not yesterday, I don't know. We had a game on Mines against River Blood where we just straight up pushed straight into the Mines. It was a really quick game, and ended pretty soon. But
so do you feel as you're improving, you're going to continue going faster and faster?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot better, and we've been practicing against a lot tougher teams. I mentioned on European server, and they just play extremely fast and extremely aggressive. So we're trying to kind of implement it with our type of play as well. So yeah.
That's good to hear. Yankee.
Yes.
The theme I'm hearing from you is consistency.
We haven't had it to this
Haven't
point.
had it. Do you feel like this is going to be one of good days? It's going to be one of those bad days? Or are you still wondering where you are?
Well, I think we played pretty well last night until the last game, obviously. So, we're improving. Looking forward to playing against Simp tonight. Interested to see, I've been looking at the scores, and you're talking about playing faster, playing more aggressive, but I see a 2-0 win. I see a 2-1 win. That doesn't sound like fast play to me. So we'll see how it ends up tonight.
Oh. Endo, I think that was directed at you.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
how do you
we'll
explain
see.
2-0 in fast play? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll 3-0 you guys. Show you how it's done.
We'll see.
Jeez, already with the words. Already with the words. Well, Yankee, is there anything you'd like to say to Simp before we start?
Nope, just good luck. Let's play it out.
And they want to play it out. Endo?
No regrets. Let's go.
No regrets.
Simp, you have the higher seed, heads or tails on the coin flip.
Let's go with tails.
Tails is the call, and the flip is tails. Map choice or defer?
We're gonna go for Insk.
And for map choice, Pub Stars, north or south?
1 second.
He will confer with his teammates. He will confirm with his homies.
Gotta try to have some fun, right?
Yeah.
Do, 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 do,
What the? Come on,
Yeah.
Yiggy, let's go. I'll close your computer, bro.
Hold on. Give him a sec. He's got to confer with his team.
Plays on
I think he
Abacus.
said north.
North.
North
Yeah.
side for Pub Stars on Ensk. All right. Well, we thank you for your cholos
Alright.
putting together the vote in time. Gentlemen, best of luck.
Thanks.
Take care.
All right, guys. I have to say, Yankee, he's coming out on top for some of these face-offs, man.
Yeah, liking that.
I just his reaction when we were speaking to the Cazadores, he goes, "I don't have a gosh darn, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're saying."
He's just so honest about that.
Yeah.
I just
felt kind of bad. But hey, it's a different
but,
language.
yeah. We did see them against Cunningham's the other day actually win, I think, on Cliff.
Mhm.
So on that rematch, they have improved. They played better that time. I think Cliff's a strong map for the Pub Stars. So if we see them go to Cliff, I think I expect to see Pubstars play very well, maybe even win against Simp, although we are going to Ensk first, and I'm feeling like that's a strong map for Simp. A slow, but strong map.
Proved to be very strong many times, especially with Endo, and he's a bit of a cheeky guy. I mean, we all like
Cheeky,
Endo.
yes.
But he performs very well in the 5100 on Ensk. We've seen that time and time and time again, and the stats show it. But I liked what you're talking about with Cliff. Pubstars have had the lowest of lows on Cliff, as we saw in that Sounds of the Game. But they have performed very, very well so far on that map. Again, Pubstars is a team where they have individualistic talent that it skyrockets. It's amazing. But when they're a team, they have a bit of cohesion issues. However, they are getting better and better. This is going to be a very tough match for them against Simps. And this is a team that went undefeated 7-0 last season. They were the second place Season 1 and Season 2, undefeated again in Season 1. And now for Season 3, they're undefeated so far with 4 matches already over with and 3 to go this one tonight. So they have 2 more matches next week. Again, Simp most likely going to be the top contender in the top 8 for the Bravo division. What do we have for Ensk when it comes to Telestrator, Randall?
All right, so on Ensk, I'm detailed in the north. This is the usual Simp location. The usual, well, at least there's theme and variations. You got a tank in Bravo 4, looking right down this road. Really nice long approach, about 150 meters of length there. It's good cover. On the other corner, we've got down towards, from Bravo 2, a nice long corridor, and with a T1 with some nice spotting down the 1 line. So, any tanks from the south that approach get spotted maybe around Echo 1 or even further down about Foxtrot 1, depending on the tank. And so they'll take fire once they reach into this little zone out here, which is great for Simp because they can get early damage, then the tank can back off. Simp will then kind of flow in, they'll bring tanks around and possibly have a flank, retreat some tanks back, and kind of make it so in order to advance on the Simp location, it's very costly. So it's a wonder of what will Pubstars do to attempt to break that, or if Simp does something different. We've seen Simp actually take the north block a few times and continue pushing on. Depends. We don't know what Simp's going to do, but I fully expect west side play. From Pubstars, probably also west side play. Another thing to think about, Clutch, track side. Just one of those things that we usually have blue boys in a tank in the north, and then someone else may have to square off in the south against him, and Blue Boys is very experienced in that position. He knows how to play the 5-line well. He's usually come out top in an Object 416.
Yeah. It's time to place your bets after that coin flip for the betting. And make sure to follow the syntax as is explained by the bot in the chat. Remember, top performer for the week takes home a premium tier 8 tank. Top performer of the season takes home a Type 59 tank, a tank you cannot get in the store. It's time for battle number 1 of match number 2, Pubstars versus Simp on Ensk. Let's battle.
And looking at the tanks, called it. Object 416 for Blue Boys. 2 IS-3s, Doxus and Heavy 20 as always. Endo and Sing in 5100s. There's Mac Attack in the T1 Cunningham. On the other side, for Pubstars, we've got Captain No Pants in a 5100, Germ in an IS-3, Slider IS-3, Hot Frank IS-3, Marsh 166 in a 1390, Miserable and Yankee, 2 big names in World of Tanks in the T1 Cunningham.
We're going to follow those T1s to see where the scouting approach will happen for the first minute of the map. Or this could be a rush coming from Simp. Simp going to be in the blue to the south, Pubstars to the north in the red.
I would mix it up. I would mix up my prediction with the sides of the map. Simp's defense, of course, is very similar. They make it difficult to attack on the approach. They play that southwest courtyard there. They've got every angle covered, and they're actually going to be moving Mac G up very early on in this battle, looking across the courtyard. On the other side, I see very defensive play out of the Pubstars. What are they doing there?
Pubstars are, as you said, back defensive with a spread. A little bit of the east play coming out of Marsh 166. His counterpart, Miserable in the T1, is on the other side. Yankee is the one that's his counterpart in Alpha 9, scouting
solid
for
spread.
any type of push. But yeah, exactly. A solid spread for defense, but this leaves Simp with the open door to push further north into enemy territory.
Yeah, they're not taking a lot of early real estate. That could hurt them. That could hurt them when Simp moves up, not making them pay for any position. They could take some more forward positions that have great views down the 4-5 or 3-4 line. Maybe try to compete with Blue Boys on the 5-6. Blue Boys is looking for tanks hiding, though, or rather in hull down about the Delta 4. He has optics on his 416, a gun rimmer, and a vertical stabilizer. So take that into account when you're looking at this 416. Solid view range in this medium tank. It also has fantastic camo, so he will spot out a lot of heavies where they will not spot him. And also reverse angling is not so bad. I mean, the armor on the side isn't great, but you got tracks. Tracks act as spaced armor, and so you get a few bounces here and there, especially if you were fighting another Object 416. But of course, as you can see, his counterpart is actually an AMX 1390.
And he's a good counterpart to have. He's a good tag team partner to have. I'm going to jump over to where the IS-3s are.
Germ is
covering
squaring
these
off
windows.
now, possibly against Heavy 20. Mac G spotting him, I believe. Heavy 20 moves up into a high ground position. Looks for Germ. Germ may fire. Target declared Germ. Shots fired. Heavy 20, though, will be the one to make a connection hit. But a bounce onto him. Very close shot, though, from Germ. If it had only gone a little higher, we'd have seen traded damage. But Heavy 20 has that high ground advantage. And so he's able to win out against Germ, free damage. At the same time, Mac G is on his way to fight 1v1 versus Miserable. Let's see which T1 comes out on top. It'll be actually fairly important. If Mac G is able to live in a little bit longer extra time and kill a T1, it's a lot of pressure you put on Pubstars, a lot of vision they lose. But it looks like Mac G is actually going to back away. He doesn't want to fight Miserable in the T1. As shots are being traded elsewhere on the map, looks like Marsh 166 has been spotted. Blue Boys is going to try to engage with him.
I feel that Pubstars is playing this very accurately and smartly.
Oh, a hit onto Marsh. Marsh is down to 8-10.
Against Simp because of the aggression that was even discussed in the face-off. Pubstars wants to hold back from Simp and be in more of an open playing field for this tank staff to push in against him so he can set up some better flanks. However, Simp is not taking the bait yet. They're still holding back in the Echo City block. They do have Mac, as you said, Rookhill up to the north. He does fall to Miserable, though, and they have their medium tank back along the railroad tracks. The 1390 is cruising back and forth. Marsh 166 did take a hit, 810 HP left on his tank, but he's now moving down to the south. And if he's able to spot significant information here, this could be a change in position for Pubstars, but not yet. There's still so much they don't know where Simp is exactly, but they have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, Blue Boys still looking down the 5 line, but there's a 1390 in the backfield on the east. He makes a loop, Marsh, but doesn't go too deep. And Crimson Corsair is in a position where if Marsh goes too deep, he will get spotted. Crim, though, as you can see, has not spotted that 1390. And I know Marsh wants to get in the backfield, put free damage on the Blue Boys captain, but only once another T1 goes down, only once Crimson Corsair goes down, will I think Pubstars be able to make that happen, make that ambush happen. If they can catch Blue Boys, I see a victory for Pubstars. But otherwise, I'm seeing Simp, I think, coming out ahead because of the health pool and just because of, you saw the way they landed damage. Heavy 20 hit Germ. Germ didn't hit him. Marsh has taken a hit. Health pool in the favor of Simp.
Blue Boys captain, the Object 416, is spotted way south, but there is another tank that's close around the corner on the Echo 5 line, and he's pushing around that corner very, he's going to go back. He has to be careful, though, because there's this window here. As you can see on my screen, see this window? Slider is looking right towards that window for an open shot.
Just in a small blind spot, Adroxus able to slip by without getting spotted or spotting anything in return. Very interesting there. Adroxus leaving his position in the east and rejoining Heavy 20. Heavy 20, though, is still in that high ground, still looking to the northeast. They have the map control. Pubstars is playing defensive. Simp doesn't want to move in yet. They lost Mac G in the 1v1 fight. With that, they lost a lot of vision and their chance to aggress a lot more. They needed to kill Miserable. Now, because Miserable has delayed that, the momentum from Simp is completely destroyed.
Well, again, IS-3's back-to-back. Hot Frank and Slider not moving at all. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. They're waiting for Simp to make the first move now. Because they do have the T1 advantage, Simp does have less eyes and ears, but Simp is not overzealous. It's one thing the team does not do is they don't overcommit a lot of times on these maps.
Yeah.
But they're
you never
trying
see a
to,
really overconfident Simp.
no. They're trying to set up a good engagement, though. And I feel the railroad tracks is a little bit unexplored still. The Object 416 is there, but, and they're spotting right now Pubstars to say, hey, watch the railroad tracks, and here's the push, the double push, the pincer attack coming from Simp. Getting closer. Here's Adroxus in the IS-3. Does spot Slider. Endo takes down Miserable.
There we go. That's a crucial kill. And with that, Blue Boys now also moving up the 5 line will cut off the 1390, possibly spotting him as he crosses his own cap. And now March crosses cap. Doesn't get spotted, oddly enough, yet by Blue Boys. And with that, we could see a counter push come out from Pubstars as a flank is developing from Endo and Heavy 20. Heavy 20 lines up for reverse angling to get free damage, but that will slow down his push. Pubstars, it's on them to make a counter push into one of the split groups. Endo is now moving, though, to the east, making this an even harder thing to do. Now, spotting happens. Germ takes a hit.
Big hit against Germ, 6'8", 6'6". Adroxus focuses on the 1390. He takes a hit. Sing's going to be there to share HP, and Endo comes around the corner. Is a double, triple section push, and Blue Boys captain the 416 going to chase down Marsh. This is a zone play at first. Now it turns into a man
Sing
play.
Gets the kill, though. And that is great, taking down the 1390 before he can even get a second hit off. Adroxus moves in on Slider, but Sing has to back off. Sing has taken too much damage, down to 288. Endo, though, is full health, and he will come into the fight soon. Blue Boys, though, is putting shots in the back of Hot Frank. Endo takes down Germ. Blue Boys, one hit into Hot Frank, a shot into Captain No Pants. Endo takes down Hot Frank. Now Endo may kill, yes, he does kill Captain No Pants. Slider is the only tier 8 still alive. Slider down to 479. Endo should put a hit down to 77. Endo bounces.
But a big hit from Heavy 20 gets it. This was surgical from SIMP, how they set this up. They knew where the IS-3s were going to be. They knew who to focus first, and that was that 1390. Blue Boys captain took care of it. When he needed help, the 5100s pushed in, got that kill. And step by step by step, they knew who to take down next. This is why SIMP performs so well. They're cold, calculated, and they're able to get the job done.
And look at those health pools. We got 942 Blue Boys, Endo 632 hit points, Heavy 20 369, Sing 288, Adroxus 292. All of them sharing health expertly. I love it. And now Endo's off to find Yankee. Yankee does kill Crimson Corsair. A little bit of honor restored to the team of Pubstars, but just so exceptional by SIMP. We really have to note that one.
And Endo, with the final shot, takes down Yankee. SIMP takes battle number 1 on Ensk in a very impressive play. Pubstars, again, trying to play the defensive side. They knew about the aggression of SIMP. They know how well SIMP does in the city area. They didn't want to play on SIMP's terms. They wanted to play on their terms. But that 416 of Blue Boys was so pivotal in the end of that engagement by continuing that fire into those IS-3s as they were trying to focus on 2 sections of the map where the 5100s were.
And also, he did a great job on the 1390 in the north. He just completely tore him apart.
And he did the most damage.
Yep. Oh, he did.
Blue Boys captain did the most damage on his team in the Object 416. Note that, guys. Garage segment will be happening soon for the Object 416. I'm still playing the tank more to get more acclimated to it. Hopefully I'll have it done by this season. If not, it'll definitely be in Season 4.
It's a fun tank clutch. You really need to get used to it. It's interesting.
I've had some fun with it.
Oh, but man, if you can get your awesome battle in that thing, try a platoon of them, 2 of them, and then maybe something that's really good as a heavy, like a T-32 or something. It's those two, they complement each other really well. 416s are great for flanking, but the thing is, if they're the focus, if they become the focus of any kind of fire, they go down really easy.
I do have one really good game that I saved on my Sheriff account. And,
of course.
Yeah, and so I'm going to try to incorporate that with the garage segment. And we also need to work on one for the T1 Cunningham.
Oh, definitely.
But we need to prolong it as well, because, I mean, the actual section of it, especially for combat tactics, because I feel it's going to be a really good explanation of why you bring it to 7x42. And I know SIMP is working on one as well.
They are.
Which is really cool.
Certainly. Well, Mac G, of course, has his Mac attack. We have different styles.
Yeah.
There are people who play it pretty much as a passive scout, that's it. There's people that play him as a pair in hit squads, and they go out hunting for other T1s. Then we've seen on mines before T1 Cunninghams being used, not using the 20 mil, but the other gun is a 37? I can't remember right now. But the 37.
Yeah, the Espana Souza, which is almost like a burst
20
machine
mil,
gun, and then you have the single shot.
Yeah, exactly, that one.
Yeah.
And bringing that and actually helping with the fight on the hill. They're so versatile that it's really interesting to see it develop, because the highest level T1 player is a phenomenal tanker. They are taking a tier 1 point in the 742 format and making it so much more valuable than just 1 point. It's almost, if not more valuable sometimes, then the tier 8s. I love seeing that play. I think if we make that kind of segment, it wouldn't do justice for just like either of us. We have to get like the whole community of these guys in on it.
Yeah, I feel that's quite a possibility we could do, but even breaking down the type of tank with the garage segments, you know, that's what it does, the armor and stuff. It's important, just having the hard stats. But I feel combat tactics, there's so much more we can add to it because the community, the people that play World of Tanks that are getting into the 7x42 format because of team battles don't understand that concept yet. Yeah. And it's our job as the professionals to teach them.
Yep.
So we need to do that.
Although we did see this, when I think about T1s, I also think about min-maxing. So you got tier 8s and then you got T1s. So you maximize your number of tier 8s and you bring the rest of the points to fill in. Now remember what Refuse to Die brought the other day. They brought those Tigers and then they brought the Waffle to support that and they also brought a Chaffee. That was a cool strat. We're going to have to probably explore that also in the future.
I would like to make that, I would like to put that together in a 7x42.
You could really make it work. Oh, we could make it work in the matchmaker.
Okay, cool, cool. Battle number 2 is going to take place on steps between Simp and the Pub Stars. Let's battle.
I'm taking a look at the tanks we see. Sing in the 416, Adroxus in the Pershing, Endo, Heavy 20, Blue Boys, all in 1390s, and Crimson Corsair in the Lowell Tractor. Mac G, as always, in his T1 Cunningham. On the other side, Pub Stars, Pershing by Captain No Pants, German, T69, Red Paradise in 1390, Slider, and Marsh in 1390s. Miserable and Yankee, as always, T1 Cunningham.
The difficulty of steps, again, it's a very long map. And north usually goes to the eastern Gerudo Valley. Gerudo Valley. Legend of Zelda reference for those that get it. To the south.
Although there's no boulders rolling around.
No, or people firing arrows at you. Red Paradise following March 166 into the east, but not the whole team is going to that section from the Pub Stars.
Interesting split. Yeah. Well, with this is a really heavy push, though, by
scouting is happening. It is a heavy push.
Red Paradise and Slider, though, I think need to get out of here. The positions of Pub Stars, those medium tanks, they're not going to be able to help in this fight if Simp pushes up much harder. And they are slowing their roll, but Mac G is moving up. This is actually a normal strat, I think, for Simp. They usually, on steps, go to the southeast, I think. Yeah, I think so. And they usually have Mac G move up, and they use him to lead the charge and the scouting in the east side. Once they control it, they generally, here we go. Mac G moves up, Heavy 20 probably, and Sing moving up as well. Everyone else behind them. We've got Crimson Corsair in the back at base, as always, almost the same spot. Droxus looking north. And actually, this is odd not to have Mac G with 1380s directly in tow. I think I remember them usually seeing that. But because I guess they saw the Pub Stars tanks up there, they don't want to get caught in a trap. They're just going to sack Mac, possibly, to, you know, reveal the presence of Pub Stars players. Mac, of course, going to approach directly up into a bush. This is one of the better ways to approach up this hill. Noticing nothing, he'll continue on, and so will Simp. You can see a number of their tanks moving forward. Blue Boys hopping into a bush on the ridge. Got Heavy 20 being probably the main scout in the north. Endo backing off, not wanting to get exposed. Heavy 20 looking for a tank. Gonna have to tell me, though, Clutch, if he gets spotted.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
There's a T1 and Alpha 4. On the line of Alpha 4, Alpha 5.
Yeah, it's miserable in the T1. Okay. But now they're getting close. Getting really close to spotting him. He's really close to the train tracks in a bush. Mac G is seen.
Big deal right there. Mac G crosses over, and Miserable could burst him down if he plays it right. Or some members from the southwest, if one of them gets aggressive enough, could take down Mac G. Getting those T1s is important because what happens is you can put counter-cat pressure once all T1s are down. You just have to start a fight somewhere else. And fire is coming out. If your shots fired from a number of tanks, I guess that might be blind fire.
Yeah, I don't. The only spotting on the side of Pub Stars was to the north, but that's it. Sing takes down Yankee.
Blind fire. Completely blind. There is no spotting. Where's Yankee? And now actually March 166 takes down Mac. So there is a trade in T1s. Where was Yankee?
I wish I could jump to him, but his last location is unknown. His last
location is...
I'm going to try to... Where was Sing trying to shoot into? What
look around Foxtrot 2
right,
and
Foxtrot
Echo 2. Could be in one of those bushes.
I'm looking for him. Cannot select a tank that has already been destroyed.
Yep. I'm going to fly around as well.
Well, I'm looking for all the bushes. I don't see any dead tanks.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to check the replay to find out where it was.
No, I'll find him. You just keep looking around and tell me what Pubstars is up to.
Well, Pubstars has this spread on the defensive side of the West. They're not going to be pushing anytime soon.
Ah, I found him.
Where was he?
He's in Echo 2, Echo 3 in a bush.
Echo 2, Echo 3.
You see his wreck right here, guys? Sing is off in the distance. You can see there's his position is just over there.
Wow. And that was blind fire?
That was blind fire. Complete blind fire.
Still
out of
can't
Sing.
even find him.
It's okay. He's in a bush.
I'm
Little
looking.
wreck.
Oh, well. You found him. That's what's important.
Yeah. Echo 3.
So blind fire takes down Yankee on steps.
That's a more than 500-meter shot he made. Really smart play by Sing. I don't know if they watched replays and saw the positioning of the T1s before, but great job. And with that, actually, now Simp is moving back to the southwest as just a big herd of tanks. You got Heavy 20, Sing, and Droxus all together.
Red Paradise
Blue Boys
sees
as well.
most of them.
He does.
Falls back.
Nice, nice, nice. Good spotting, and now they can regroup. Pubstars will have to fall back. They're too spread out.
And they are really spread out. Simp.
Red Paradise is spotted during his retreat, and Endo may be able to get hits, but no. No, he's not. Blue Boys, neither will be able to get hits. And they're just going to push Pubstars back. They're going to have to make sure not to get too strung out, though. Simp is regrouping, and they will stay together. Heavy 20 and Endo. Battle buddies, I believe, in 1390s today. Blue Boys, of course, as the main scout for Simp. He has taken over that role. Before I left the team, I was pretty much the main scout.
He was
for
the
Simp.
Simp? He was the Simp scout?
He was one of the normal guys. He was just part of the group of 1390s. Always a good player. But I'm glad in the past 3 seasons he has stepped up and become a rather potent scout player. Plays it very well. Sometimes I don't like his routes, but there are times when he makes beautiful little routes. I'm a nitpicker at times.
I know.
I'm always critical of Simp because I was a part of the team at one time.
I'm
critical.
I'm critical of Fulcrum because I'm cheering for America when I'm at the World Cyber Games
Precisely.
finals.
You're always critical, especially like it's your own sports team, you know?
Yeah.
You in football and
Go
baseball.
Seahawks! Yeah.
Exactly. You're a Seahawks fan, but you're going to hate on them every moment they make a mistake.
Or the refs at...
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. That's
know.
supporting your team. Hating on the refs is supporting your team.
Yeah, I'm originally from Seattle, for those that didn't know, so I root for the Mariners and the Seahawks when it comes to sports.
And it also seems like esports just loves the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Seattle's a good place to be.
Oh, spotting happens. Miserable gets out into the open. He's spotted. He recognizes that Blue Boy zeroes a shot. And will he connect? Or will he hold fire? He makes a connection. Good shot, Blue Boys. Not wasting a shot. He had only one shot. If he missed, I think Miserable would have gotten away. But Blue Boys plays it smart. Wastes a shell, though, and he may need to reload before an engagement happens. But now, as you can see, guys, 2 T1s down for Pubstars. Simp has a T1 still alive. They still have Crimson Corsair. He can help out in a fight, or he can create cap pressure. Crimson Corsair is going to the west. Now Simp is heading east, but they've left Heavy 20 behind it. Now Endo takes fire.
Ooh, big shots. And was he on fire for a bit?
He was on fire for a moment. He did have an auto fire extinguisher, though, and he's down to 52 hit points, though. Great way for Pubstars to start the fight.
They've been going back and forth in these different sections, and now when Simp went over that hill, they took a lot of damage, especially from those autoloaders, but the Pershing was able to get a nice hit as well. Slider pushes up the furthest, along with Red Paradise, scouting the rest of Simp moving down into the valley.
But Adroxus and Sing have gone into the low ground, and now we could see Pubstars jump on a tank. They need to get Endo down immediately in the fight, and now Adroxus peeks out, shots in the dirt. Adroxus puts a shot into Marsh, but Slider is here, puts fire out, does not connect with Endo, and onto the high ground. Captain No Pants, Red Paradise, Germ, and Marsh 166. They take down Endo, and now it looks like they're going to jump on. Who will they jump on first? Streaming in, they look for Blue Boys, but Marsh 166 goes down. Blue Boys, though, down to 222. He goes down. Next target is
Red Paradise. Sing is the next target. Pershing moving in. He needed to get in that battle a little bit sooner with his consistent fire and armor and higher value armor and HP. That's not the case with so much damage being dealt to Pubstars. 2 against 3 with 1 T1 still left alive on the other side of the map. Sing falls to Captain No Pants, though.
He drops a shot on his turret, bouncing there. Big bounce. Now Adroxus is exposed in the rear to Captain No Pants. Captain No Pants will line up a free shot, but Adroxus looks to barely slip away. Germ should be reloaded shortly, and Germ is.
Pershing takes a big hit against Adroxus. Adroxus will be reloaded in time to take down Germ. Captain No Pants tries to stop it, though. 253 HP left for Adroxus. Captain No Pants pushing in
Oh, but
against
Captain
him.
No Pants broke cover, and now Heavy 20 is reloaded. Heavy 20's got an easy time taking down this Pershing. Second shot, 123 hit points. Captain No Pants will go down. GG Simp.
Pub Stars brought it to the face of Simp as they try to escalate over the cover to get into the valley, and they missed a couple shots in their 1390s, a couple bounces against the Pershings as well.
And they also had to come down this really sharp slope.
Yeah.
Instead of going down and around, making it a kind of a split and creating a crossfire, Simp very easily got their shots on target, and the lead that was there for a moment for Pub Stars vanished when they lost their first 1390. Big loss right there. Red Paradise doing the least amount of damage. Unfortunately, he gets 3 shots out, but is instantly evaporated in that fight. Next to him, Marsh went down. Then you can see Slider. Captain No Pants actually did less damage than Germ. Germ was a monster in that fight, missing only once. Everything else was a connection. On the other side, though, you can see Heavy 20 and Adroxus, the top performers, very consistently on the side of Simp. Heavy 20 in the 1390 and Adroxus in the Pershing. Adroxus getting 17 shells out that battle, making 13 hits and 11 connections. A few bounces there needs to watch out for. Of course, Blue Boys did very well, but Endo didn't get a single shot of damage. But that just shows you how potent some of these members of Simp were. Even though they lost a 1390, they still were able to bring it back in that fight.
Well, that's 2-0 so far in Simp's favor. We're not going to take commercial break. We're going to keep going here. Next map is going to be on Prohorovka. Again, a long, spread-out map. Less cover-ish. Not as many rocks, obviously, but you have the railroad cars, which splits the map into a third on the east, and you have a lot of divots and hills, valleys and hills.
It's a lot of defilades that play in favor of medium tanks like the Pershing, the T-69, heavy tanks like the T-32. Does not favor tanks like the AMX 5100 or the and the 1390 isn't so much in a bad place as much as you have to pay attention to your gun depression. Something you have to pay attention to, and it really hurts the 5100 because of that. You have to have great gun depression to really play it slow on this map. But if they play it quickly, 1390s are fine. Other fast tanks are just fine to play on Prohorovka. But, of course, the meta right now for Prohorovka is just to play it slow, to slow it down, bring some mediums like the Pershing T-69, heavies like the T-32, and just hold down it out. And it works pretty well.
Hold downs are fantastic, especially for American tanks. As a reminder, please tell us which tanks are your favorite when it comes to class. Light, medium, heavy, tank destroyer, or artillery, and send it to us on Twitter at WGLNA. If you say something funny, or if you send us a picture illustrating why it's your favorite, be witty, be comical, or you be serious with your stats. Send it to us, and if we like it enough, we'll read it on the stream, and we'll also send you a code for 2,100 gold, 200,000 credits, and 7 days of premium. It's time for battle number 3. Simp is up 2-0 so far against Pub Stars. This battle will take place on Prohorovka. Let's get into the match.
And taking a look at the tanks, we see Object 416 for Sing, Adroxus and a Pershing, Endo, Heavy 20, Blue Boys Captain in 1390s, Crimson Corsair and MacG in the T1s. On the other side, 2 Pershings, Captain No Pants and Slider, German in the T69, Red Paradise, and March in 1390s. And as always, guys, Miserable and Yankee in the T1, Cunningham's leading the group.
Eastern play has come in handy for a lot of these teams. Pub Stars, one of them in the series that they had earlier in the season of how they turret broke their team. What I mean by that is they had a tank over to the north attacking. A couple of the tanks were looking that way, which allowed the rest of the tanks in the southern area to push up against them.
But
Red Paradise, where is he going to scout?
Oh man, but Endo's taking a really dangerous route actually because he may be set upon by some mediums, but smart move by Endo, not getting too aggressive. He does find Slider and Germ though. Slider and Germ looking to the west, trying to find some exposed tank to get free damage on early in the battle. Unfortunately though, it looks like Germ will actually take a hit instead.
Germ takes a hit right at this headlight area on his tank, and that's going to hurt him a bit. 1050 is his HP value left.
Interesting play. Pubstars obviously trying to counter out the opening scout runs of their opponents, hitting the rocks in Foxtrot 5, but Simp not gonna fall for that one.
Look where Miserable is going. He was going up the hill. He's gonna be followed by, is that Yankee with him? No, Yankee's on the other side. There's another T1, or light tank, excuse me. Marshal 166.
Because of this positioning, ooh, great hit, and on fire. Slider catches fire, taking a hit to the engine block. Now Captain No Pants taking fire as well.
Again, HP value going to the favor of Simp in the first minute and a half of the game so far, landing those
more
small
hits.
hits.
On to Germ. He's down to 597. Big hits now. Germ 360. Who is getting these hits? It is Heavy 20, putting Germ at 85 hit points.
Captain No Pants takes another hit. This is big. Simp calculating their shots, and whenever an opening is there.
Look at that shot by Adroxus hitting Slider, and now Captain No Pants takes fire even. I think even Sing's making hits happen. Blue Boys Heavy 20, Endo making hits as well. Endo in Gulf 1 puts a hit into Captain No Pants. Marsh has taken down Crimson Corsair though. Captain No Pants has taken down Mac G, but Blue Boys taken down Yankee. No T8s down yet. You would have thought, but no. They are barely alive. Endo though is on reload and escapes back towards the north. Looks like Heavy 20 though is going to look for that same position, and unfortunately, after Yankee goes down, not any damage really going out. Adroxus is the only one to take a hit. He's down to 1189. Spotting happening again. Heavy 20 zeros on Captain No Pants, inches up, and Heavy 20 looks for the shot.
And he falls. There
Sing
goes
gets it, though.
The Pershing, and there's the first T1 to fall. Germ is he's almost out of this fight with 85 HP, and they have lost one T1. T1 favor is going to go on the side of Pubstars, though, by having Miserable alive. That could move a valuable piece on the board if they go for a flag cap. Not going to be the case. He's going to go for a straight scout run at this T1 down the 5 line to find out where is the rest of Simp.
I don't think it's going to
Simp's gonna
matter.
Push across, though.
This 1390 hit squad doesn't even care. They have such a hit point lead. They're going to blitz all the way to the train tracks. They find Slider. They want Slider. They turn guns looking at it. They are hungry for a Pershing.
They're not going to fully commit yet because
come on,
there is
they
that
could do it.
1390 to the south they're a little bit worried about, at least one that has not been scouted yet. And the south is open against Simp. But the T1 Miserable is scouting him out, though, to find out where is the rest of Pubstars.
Really aggressive scouting could pay off. I see shots from Red Paradise coming from the south, but Red Paradise has spotted Sing zeros on Red Paradise, and Red Paradise actually misses a shot.
He takes a hit himself, 783, as Sing pushes closer.
And here comes the 1390s. Endo, Blue Boys, Heavy 20, all focusing on Slider. Slider down to 450, 218. Endo will pick up the kill and back off. Huge advantage. They don't even have to stop. Heavy 20, Endo, and Blue Boys could all just keep going, find the remaining tanks, take them down. Easy peasy.
Look how far Germ is from the railroad tracks. He's way back in the bushes on Delta 8. And the rest of Simp, they ammo racked the T1. Poor Miserable.
Overkill. Blue Boys looking for that shot.
Shot fired against the T69. There was a bounce,
Blue Boys zeros a shot, lets it settle, and misses,
Germ almost backs up into the water. Blue Boys, and he falls back. But they get the kill as the carcass of the tank falls into the drinking water of the village. That's going to be a bad time for the village after the battle is over.
Yeah, pollution. It's not good.
Nope. Red Paradise running for his life with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left on the board. Simp up 2-0 so far. Now on the scoreboard it says 3-0, but they're only up 2-0. If it was 3-0, we'd be over with.
We're a little bit ahead here, guys. I mean, it looks like a Simp victory, but, I mean...
Technical director's already calling it. It's a win. It's a win.
Yeah.
Marsh 166 and Red Paradise are going to tag team it up in the bottom southern section over to the east, and they're going to split ways.
It's always
here.
possible to come back. They can a single 1390 can.
You want to fight to the bitter end.
Yeah, they can still possibly do it, but it's going to be enormously difficult against Simp. They're very well organized right now, very packed together. Adroxus and Sing going to cap right now. Don't know where these 1390s. Oh, unfortunately, March 166 is out in the open. Sing zeroing a shot, doesn't connect. Adroxus zeros a shot, and he does connect. Marsh 166, though, backing off. I don't like this retreat route. He's got his back to his opponent. And
one shot left for him, 56, and he falls. Nice calculated fire coming from Simp. One tank left alive until Simp is able to close out the series in a 3-0. Red Paradise still fall, and he falls, and that's it. Simp takes it 3-0, still undefeated. Pubstars put in a good fight, but it was not enough to defeat the team known for hanging back, but now being a little more aggressive. As we've seen throughout the season so far.
Much more
well
aggressive.
Done. Well done by Simp.
Ensk, they just had to figure out what their opponent was.
Yep.
Then they just, boom, perfect timing from every angle, completely tore them apart. Steps. What was that, Clutch?
Steps was a lot of moving around on the map, and to Pubstar's credit, they did a great job trying to have Simp guess where they were and pounced on Simp, but unfortunately, they had to go into the hornet's nest of Simp, and then they fell.
Yeah,
because of
really, just they almost had Endo. They were
close.
one little hit away.
They wanted
from
it.
killing
They wanted
Endo.
those tears.
Yeah, but barely.
Those tears.
They ended up getting some Endo tears, but didn't matter because they still lost out in the brawl. Fantastic job by Simp, really showing where they're superior today, making us believe that they do deserve that second seed and possibly that they could compete with Fulcrum Gaming. We'll have to see because they are separate brackets. We won't be able to see Simp and Fulcrum fight until possibly, actually, I believe at this point, if they keep the current standings, the actual finals, and if they can keep at the top of their league. We'll find out later tonight because Fulcrum Gaming does fight Hammer Time, but before that, we have Top Tier versus No Limit.
Yep, that's right. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, match number 3 between Top Tier and No Limit. When we return, stay tuned. You're watching World of Tanks. Roll